Day 73 of playing chess every day until I reach 1500 Elo. Currently, we're at 1216 after a win yesterday, so we're at a new high. And let's go ahead and just jump right into a 15-minute rapid game here. Ooh, we're up against a 1300. I think that's the highest player that I have faced. So let's go ahead and play. It's playing d4, so we can play the Slav defense. I don't know the Slav defense too well because I learned a little bit about it, but I've only played it a few times. Most of the time we go up against e4, and then I play the Carl. Sometimes I take right here and then try to support it, but that's when they haven't opened up the bishop. So he has opened up the bishop, so I don't think I want to take that. Now, what do I want to do? If I get my bishop out, the one thing to watch out for is this, double attacking there. Take, but this is twice defended, so actually I think that's okay in this case. Maybe I would just go for queen d6 here. I think with this being twice defended, it should be okay to allow that and go ahead and develop our bishop all the way out. The queen does move. We go ahead and just like take to try to double his pawns here. Captures. Take, he'll come here right away. So let's go ahead and capture this way and then probably develop our knight to here. Or capture with the knight. I think just capturing with the pawn seems fine. Still covered here. We have a pin on this knight. We want to get this knight out. He plays here. This is covered, so then I'd probably just play here to defend. The only thing is, I don't actually like this as much if I do block with the queen. I don't like this as much if I have to take back and double the pawns when they're isolated like this. Because generally it's good to open up the rook early like that, if he does take. But normally the pawns are not going to end up isolated. In this case, they would end up isolated, so it's not quite as appealing because they're doubled and isolated. Okay, he goes for that, breaks the pin. Let's probably just play here. If the knight comes here, probably just take and trade that off. And then is the knight going to be a problem at all? We go here, take, after, take. This knight maybe needs to jump back or can jump forward here. There could end up being a fork though. If this knight moves at some point, then he could maybe fork these two pieces, or these two pawns, I mean. Where does that leave me? If I go here, so maybe going there and trading isn't a good idea because then I kick my own knight and then potentially could get the fork. So I think we'll just go here, and if he does hop here, we just take, and then maybe move the knight, and then figure it out from there. Entirely sure what that move does. And also, so we have this check, but I don't think it's going to achieve anything really. Let's probably just try to get castled. I guess he is trying to prevent the bishop from checking, because then maybe it could get him into trouble. Maybe that's why he played a3 there. So let's probably just put our bishop here. Seems like a pretty good square. Get ready to castle. So I have this. Take, take. Knight needs to move. Here. Can't come here because the queen's watching. Come here. Okay, let's just castle first, or should I do the knight first? He has the check. Do a knight here or knight here. I don't know which square I prefer actually for the knight. Probably here. It seems more active, but all the squares are controlled actually from there. Whereas here, I do have this route. This knight moves. Let's just castle first. I think that seems reasonable. Seems safe. Yeah. His queen is moved to this diagonal. Will is here. So this would be a fork on the pawn. Oh, never mind. I forgot I just castled. So my queen is no longer here, so it's not fork, I don't think. I'm probably just going to go ahead and develop this knight anyway. I don't see any immediate threats from the queen coming out here. These squares are covered. This is not a check. When I go here, yeah, we should be able to just go here and then cover this easily if we want to. Might also push this pawn to a6 to maybe prevent his knight from coming in here, kind of kicking my bishop back. Castles. Take, check, take, check. Is there any tactic here? There's also the knight. No, because the bishop could take it. If there's any kind of tactics there. Anything that's worthy of a sacrifice. Let's just go here for now. Just prevent his knight from coming forward. Would go here to create a battery. Probably would push. Although his knight's still covering it, but it would be threatened to take, and then win the pawn. And then I need to decide if I do want to play this move at some point. But yeah, I guess it could be good if he takes, we take back with the pawn, we kick his knight, which is defending this. Maybe what I should go for is dropping the bishop back and then queen forward to really create more of a threat there. For a pawn break here. He takes, I take. He can't take. There's my knight guards. 2 attackers, he has 2 defenders. Where bishop is never developed really. It is on an okay diagonal here though. You can see a decent amount of squares. I go here. I'm double attacking this pawn. He takes. Oh no, but it's twice defended. But I could take here. Is there any reason to take here? Take. Queen takes. Then I go here to double attack this. Threaten to take here. He can protect, but no, he can't protect with that because then I take this. Actually, it might be hard for him to protect. So maybe I should take if I calculated that correctly. Take, 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 here to fork. double attack this one. There's probably a way to defend it, but I'm not totally sure. Let's just take and see what happens. Here, and then try to create a double threat on this. And yeah, it might actually be hard for him to defend that. Or maybe he would just like push it, try to trade it off that way. His knight is, no, it's not pinned. Is the queen's guarding the bishop, so it's not quite pinned. Could also go here and just immediately threaten this. I think I'll trade the knight off either way, because it guards this and this. Now, and yeah, his pawn is isolated. That probably will be good for us. Question is, do I want to go here or do I go here? If I go here, I'm double attacking the pawn. I think he probably would push it. But then if I take, he takes. Oh no, but then if he takes there, then I have this. And I win the queen. So he can't do that. So his other option is to guard like this once I go here, but then I would take this pawn. But let's try this move. Oh wait, no, never mind. I made a mistake in my calculation there because I forgot that my queen's moved, so it's not a, I don't win the queen actually. So I think he will push it. Because I had my queen on this square and I was thinking, oh, once I take here, it's a discovered attack on the queen, but forgot that the whole point is that I moved my queen over to b6 here, so that doesn't quite work. But I think if he pushes the pawn, he should be okay. Could always drop back again to threaten this. Oh, he defends it with the rook. Oh yeah, for some reason I actually didn't realize. I thought that the rook couldn't guard it. Not sure why I thought that actually. Maybe I was looking at this rook and not the other one. Okay, so he is able to defend. I think I'll line my rook up on it. So then I'm threatening to move out of the way and then attack it again. Also, I could play with this bishop. If he pushes, take, then I do need to address my bishop. But yeah, I think I'll just go here. And then in that case, actually, I would be threatening the discovered attack once again. If he takes back with the queen, if he pushes. So yeah, let's go there. But now he's freeing up his bishop to come and guard as well. So that should help quite a bit. I'm almost interested in this. And I think he would probably need to push this pawn. Because if he pushes this pawn, I can still give a check back here. Can I play here at all? I think I do like dropping the bishop back. Maybe not all the way. I want to keep the rooks connected, but if I drop the bishop back, it does open up the attack here. It's a little bit forcing for him. Once he goes here, though, he will be threatening this, which would be a double attack on the knight and the queen. So that could be an issue. I almost wonder, yeah, if I should just play this. If he pushes, I take, threatening to take. He takes back. Then we have the pin on here. I think I kind of like that. Yeah, if he takes, I could take with the queen or the rook, get them more active. I probably would take with the rook. I would be double attacking this pawn. With the bishop and the rook. Okay, he does take. Yeah, let's take with the rook, and then we have quite a bit of pressure on both these pawns. Once this moves back, or moves anywhere, then more pressure is added here. And his bishop might be kind of tied down trying to defend both of the pawns. He can only defend one of them at a time, I think. Actually, no, he could defend both by going here. No, he can't, because I could just take that. It's not protected. What move will he go for? Threatening to win this pawn. He could push the pawn. Wait, also, actually, I probably could go here. Because if he takes, I take with mate. So actually, yeah, I think I could just put the bishop here and add another attacker on this pawn. Okay, he defends that. And then if I do take here, or here, now he has this, the double attack on the knight and the queen. So I think that's what he's going for here. So I'll have to think of what I want to do to address that. Does this solve that issue? If I go here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 attackers. If he takes here, no, I don't have the mate anymore. Actually, take. That doesn't work anymore. If I go here, he pushes. Take. I don't think I have anything there. I could go here, just add more pressure on this guy. If he goes here, we go here. Putting pressure on this again, but I don't know, it's pretty well defended now. I can also just actually, if I go here and he pushes, he doesn't have the attack on the queen. So I think I could just take actually in that case. And if he takes here, I just take back. So I think this move... Oh, no, never mind. I just forgot. I just pointed out that I don't have the pin doesn't work anymore, which I just pointed that out and then I forgot right after. Pin doesn't work. So yeah, I think maybe queen down. I don't want to use too much time. I'm getting pretty low. Let me see if anything else works. Here, discovered attack. No, nothing really works with that against that discovered attack, I don't think. So I think the queen just needs to move, and probably the easiest, more threatening way for the queen to go is probably here. Only thing is if the rook comes over, he is threatening, kind of pinning the knight. Okay, let's just try this though. Threatening to win a pawn, and we prevented his discovered threat there. We're also still threatening to win this pawn. I think we might be able to win one of them. Let's see. Just got to speed up my play a little bit here, because he has 11 minutes, I have 4. Okay, he pushes that, so now I think I can just take this though. Take it with the rook, and then trade. If I take it with the bishop becomes pinned, and then that could be a problem. So I guess the bishop maybe wouldn't be pinned, because the rook is guarded by the knight, where it was. But either way, I think maybe just taking with the rook is better. Because then we also open up more pressure on this. The bishop, once it's here, interesting. If I take, rook can take. We don't have our discovered attack idea. No, but if the rook takes, then I just take here. So if I take queen takes, then I have this discovered attack on the rook and the queen. I think taking is good. Seems like it. Or should I take here first? Then he takes. But he has to take that, or I just take again. To be careful of a back rank, maybe if my rook moves. Take, 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 take. Not take, but double attack here. But I can't do it because if I take the queen... Oh no. Yeah, no, I can't because it's it would be back rank if I move the... Wait, no it's not, because I can drop back again and the queen's still guarding. So I think it works. So let's just try. Take. Let's see. I'm concerned about that back rank, but I think I can get away. Any knight moves I should be considering? Knight to here. Bishop. Take, take. Here. If I take the queen and he drops back, then I just drop back again and it should be covered. I think that's how it works. I have to be careful of this as well, but it's not guarded right now. 2 minutes, so we have a little bit of an advantage. Let's see if we're able to win this other pawn. I think I can, because I think if he takes, then I have this. Unless... he can't take because the bishop is guarded. But he's thinking about it right now. Let's see if he decides to take or not. If he believes in the tactic, or if he finds a way to refute it. Okay, he believes in the tactic. And now we're up 2 pawns, so now we just want to play quickly. Let's see, we want to have this pawn to be guarded. Might just move the knight here. I could just go ahead and attack the rook anyway. Try to get trades now, though. Oh wait, I do have this just to fork. If he takes, then obviously I take. And try to get rid of the bishop there. Okay. Have to be careful. Still scared of back rank. I mean, there's nothing right now. But I feel like I could easily miss something. I'm getting a little bit lower and stuff, so I'm going to try to be safe. Be aware of anything over here. This pawn is pinned. And this queen needs to move though. Queen move where it can create some kind of threat. Not sure. Doesn't have anything over here. Could double up over here. Could go here. Take. I can chase him with the bishop or with a pawn here. Yeah, we have a little bit of an advantage. We have two nice passed pawns, so I just want to trade everything off and convert this into a winning in-game once again here. You just have to be extra careful of queen moves until I can trade the queen off. That's the main thing, is like I miss queen moves quite a bit because there's so many squares they can go to, and I easily lose track of them. So I'm going to want to just keep everything connected, keep all my pieces protected until we can force some trades. Definitely, he does have this bishop pair, which can be a little dangerous sometimes, especially with everything being so open. So I definitely want to maybe try to get my king a little safer. But I think we should be able to take one of the bishops here in a sec. Okay. He moves here. Take with check. He has to take back with the queen. Let's just play that right away. No reason to delay that one. Maybe I'll create an escape square for my king, just to remove any concerns about back rank here. I go here, I can try to trade. I could go here, rook will just move wherever. How do I force a trade with the bishop? This doesn't really force a trade. I don't think. Could drop back to here. Oh yeah, also I need to protect the pawn here. So bishop, maybe I just do go bishop here because then we do protect the pawn right away. But if he takes, actually then I could get back rank. No, not quite, because the bishop can cover here. Okay, let's just do queen to protect first. Actually, no, let's do... Okay, let's just drop back, protect this way. We're down to 1 minute. Just want to protect with the rook, and then maybe actually slide the bishop back into this little space. Pressure here. I can just push this pawn. And then once it is... No, once I push it, he can take here. Let's just create this. This is covered, this is covered. If this moves, then he has a double attack. Yeah, I think I probably should just start pushing now. Push here. No, because then it's double attack as well. I could push here. No, can't. Maybe I should go here first. Let's try to avoid dark squares. Oh, he does have that. Okay. Actually, I missed that. Do I have any counter to that? I don't think so. Yeah, I looked at that earlier and then I didn't realize he was setting it up here. Simply, and then crap, actually, because once he takes, I take back. I think I'm going to lose a pawn as well at the end of that. That'll be annoying. But I think I'm not going to have my advantage that I had before. Yeah, because then he takes one of these pawns, unless. He's going to be able to just take that. So now I'm going to be actually down one, although I do have the pass pawn. It's here and go up. Can't really defend this too well. Let's get it on a dark square, at least. Oh wait, no, actually I just missed that he has this. Crap. Dang it. I had a nice advantage, but then I kind of blundered it away there. I think I don't know if it's the time pressure. I guess it kind of is, because I'm trying to play quickly when normally I do take my time a bit. And then that's mate once he goes here. So I actually just blundered a mate, I believe. Yeah, that's unfortunate, because we're doing pretty well. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and resign. It says 2 blunders pop up here. Let's check the game review. Yeah, I let my time get really low, and then I was trying to play for the time at the end, and then I blundered that skewer, and my accuracy was actually pretty low. I thought I was doing well. Was it just the very end? I had a nice position until right when I blundered the skewer, and then I blundered the mate and 2 right after as well, unfortunately. That was a really high rated guy though, over 1300. If I beat him, I would have jumped up quite a bit. So let's see, 75 accuracy, he had 85.6, mine was 75.6. He had a 1900 game rating, and I had 1450, and I had 2 blunders, which must have been just those 2 at the very end. Yeah, I'm really curious what my advantage was, how it was looking there until the end. Start the review. We'll just go from the beginning. I think we played the opening. This was all pretty good. Okay, it's out of the book moves now. Wanted the knight out first. I don't think it makes much of a difference. Alright, bishop was good there. Yeah, this was Oh, that was my miss. It wanted me to take with the knight. It says I can win a knight from that. Does it win the knight? Here. He takes. Take. He takes. I'm not sure that I'm seeing it, but let's see what it shows. Take there, take. Oh. As I go back with the bishop after to pin it. Double attack this, or it's still in front of the pawn, and I pin it to the queen. Let me see that again. Let me do that myself here. So take, take. So we hadn't. Wait, no, it wasn't even trade because I haven't taken the knight back. So typically I would go here and just take it, but instead I go here. It goes here. Oh wait, no, that's just good. What did I want to play? This check? Yeah. Take. Okay, so no, I didn't actually win a knight. It said win a knight, but it just won the pawn, actually. But still, it's still good. But it was kind of a complicated tactic. A little bit. Instead, we took that way. Then we took back there. We didn't drop the bishop back like it wanted. It wanted me to just take right away. Oh yeah, because of the discovered attack, which I saw later as a possible tactic. I didn't realize I could just take right now. That would be cool, actually. If I had seen that right away, would it be able to win that pawn? And I did end up winning some pawns. I think I played this part pretty well, pressuring between these two pawns. So let's see what the engine says about this. Okay, it wanted bishop back first, but it still likes playing a5. Rook out. Wanted me to take back with the queen, but rook was still good. Oh yeah, so let me see. This was where I was worried about his tactic. So I was thinking, if I take here, yeah, he plays this right away. And then it says that we're still even. I'm going to go here. And then we're double attacking the rook, but if he comes here... Oh, really? So this gets pretty complicated too, because now we're leaving the queen hanging, taking back with the pawn to threaten his queen. It gets pretty messy there. Take. What the heck? Yeah, this is kind of crazy. So, double attacking this and pinning it to the king. What happens at the end of all this? Go down, we're up +1, but the engine says it's 0, it's even. Okay, so let's go back. We didn't do any of that. We just dropped back to avoid the tactic. But apparently if he got the tactic, it wasn't that bad. Now we're winning a bit, because we won the pawn. Let me see where he made the mistake. He dropped back like that. I come back. He didn't make a mistake here. I was able to win the pawn even though it didn't say he made any kind of mistake. Here was his inaccuracy. Pushing the pawn. Now I have a minus 0.76 advantage, so nothing crazy. We win the second pawn. And then he makes a mistake. Now I have a minus 2.2 advantage. So if he took here, this is what I was looking at. The tactic, yeah, that's the blunder. Because then we go here. And then he's in trouble. Dang, yeah, I had some really good ideas in the middle game. And then I just messed up when I got low on time at the end. I gotta not do that. I mean, I've been a little better with my time, like preserving it lately. But I think because this guy's 1300, I was maybe like trying to be a little bit more careful, but ended up kind of coming back to bite me a little bit with just getting low on it. Because I was trying to make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, so yeah, here he went back. That was a mistake. We wanted him up here. And it doesn't like this. This is a mistake because I have this knight fork. We're already at material. We can force trades with the check. Okay, it wanted this, which I considered, but I kind of wanted to just like come back and cover the king and then free up the rook, and also free up for protection on the pawn here. Oh, it does want him to trade. I thought this wasn't very forcing. I thought if I try to go here, he would just like come over this way. No, it doesn't like that for him. And then I go here. Then I'm doubled up behind the pawn, I guess. And his bishop isn't really looking at anything right now. So that's why I didn't do that, and I just dropped back instead. But I think that was the beginning of where I went wrong a little bit. Then this was my big mistake. Because I pushed the pawn. It was a miss? What was my blunder? Wait. Oh, because I could have just threatened the rook. And then he has to move, and oh man. I didn't realize I had any good threat, but no, yeah, I have this square to threaten the rook. So I was still fine here. I still had a 1.5 advantage. That's my blunder, and now he's winning by quite a bit, actually. Because he wins this after, and then after that I just immediately blundered the mate in 2, but I was already going to lose after this. I think this is all it took. And I totally missed that there was this skewer, and then once he played it, and I'm less than a minute on the clock, I didn't find the right move here. Because apparently it was a miss, it was not a big deal. It preferred him to go here, and then I'm still, it's actually close to even here, minus 0.5. So the big mistake was just pushing this. I had a 2 advantage, and I pushed this, and that was my mistake. What did it say it wanted? It just wanted this. Such a simple move that would have kept my advantage here. Yeah, so yeah, we missed that one tactic, and then we missed the solution to it. There, and then at this point we were in a lot of trouble. 38 seconds on the clock, and then I just didn't even see this because I was just trying to play something quickly, hoping that I could just get this pawn across. And then it was mate in 2. Well, mate in 1 after this move. And yeah, well, that was a good game. I felt like I played pretty well through most of it, and then I really played quite poorly at the very end there. So I think the main thing is still just being better on time. I feel like that was probably the main factor why I kind of missed some stuff here. And even if my opponent is higher rated, I shouldn't let myself get low on time, because then I just doom myself. Even if I play good moves, if I get really low on time at the end, I'm gonna mess myself up anyway. So I think that's what I gotta do. Just continue getting better at playing with my time. And yeah, good game though. He played really well. It said he had a 1900 game rating, so yeah, that's really solid. And this has been day 73 of playing chess every day, and I'll see you guys on day 74. Thanks for watching.